Right, well today's route is Route 21 from the Dark Peaks book, and it's Oak Tour. Now the original route is about 20 mile, but because a lot of the main road was closed coming here, it would have stuck another half an hour on my journey to get where I wanted to get, so I've slightly modified this route. It's going to be 17 mile. The bit that I've missed off is 3 mile, but it's sort of a there and back route, and two mile of it was on the road anyway. So because it's there and back, the mile of off-road is actually only half a mile on the route. So, but anyway, the rest of the route is exactly the same. So at that point, I shall make a start. Right, I'm just at the half mile point now from where I've parked. Anyway, it's a fantastic view here. I'm just about to pick up the start of the off-road section now. Like I say, I've done this route before, so I know I'm on an uphill climb from the off here. Now we have had a lot of rain, even though it's nice and dry today, so not sure what the conditions are going to be like really. I'm not a fan of riding when it's muddy, to be honest, but I'm hoping that it's mainly rocky around here. Although I've done all the routes previously in the Dark Peak book, I've only done the majority of them just once. This is one of them that I've only done once, so I think it was probably 18 months ago, so it feels all new, even though obviously it's not, and I'm familiar with a lot of the routes around here anyway, to be honest. Right, I've just reached the top of my first climb. It's well blowy up here. It was quite wet and slippy actually on the section I've just been up, so it was all rocky, and like I say, we've had a lot of rain. Whereas here, where we're in the sun, it's I think it's been blown dry, a lot of it. Really is a lovely day today. Like I say, it's blowy, but it's quite mild. Briefly going back to that previous climb, I've just checked the miles because I'm only 1.4 mile in now, but that first uphill climb was close to a mile. It's be quite a challenge if you're not on an e-bike. Right, this is an interesting little bit. Like I say, I've certainly done this before, but I don't remember this bit. Now if I was to turn right here, I'll be going towards the Beast, which is a well-known place around this area. Blowing a right gale up round here today. I can't believe how windy it is. Like I say, this section I'm on now, although I've been around the peaks a lot, I think I've only must have ridden this once before, because I could almost be riding it for the first time. That's how familiar it seems to me. Yeah, it's certainly rocky through this section. Yeah, it's definitely seems all new. Like I said, I've done it before, but yeah, we're only doing it once. I think what it is, a lot of my Peak District routes are across various bits. Whereas this, it must only appear on this route because, or out of the ones I've done anyway, because, like I say, I don't really remember a lot of this. Right, I'm not sure which line to go here. That puddle looks quite sloppy at the bottom. I'll go down the outside. Like I say, it's a bit of a strange one today weather-wise, because the weather's spot on. But as you can probably see in front of us, there's certainly bits on the high ground which are dry and good, whereas there's other bits like this that it's pretty sloppy. So, right, normally I guess people don't like going up the climbs, but it's been really wet in some of the places that are lower down, so I'm quite happy to be climbing again, get on the more of the dry stuff. There seems to be streams everywhere today running down the road from various places. So I don't normally come around here a lot in the winter. We're not actually in the winter yet, but it's at the end of September now that I'm riding this, and like I say, I don't mind riding in the wet, but I can't be arsed with all the cleaning, to be honest. And right, this is a nice rocky climb I've got in front of me. The only downside of uphill climbs when it's rocky and it's wet, they get quite slippy. It's easy to spin out in places. It's quite nice to get back out in the sun actually. I'm going through the woods, it's pretty dark in there, to be honest. Dark and wet. Just around the 4.5 mile mark on this ride now. It's been quite a challenging route really, I think, for some people. Not necessarily the steepness of the hills, it's just quite a lot of loose rock, and it's quite slippy today really. It's a bit wetter than I'd normally be going out in, if I'm honest. I'll be able to go around the left here. Yeah, it's certainly a mixed bag today weather-wise. Like I say, some bits are real boggy and some bits are nice and dry. Right, well hopefully I'm coming into some dry bits now. It's been quite wet where I've been just. Right, I'm back on the dry gravelly bits now, which is although I'm not a big fan of sort of lots of gravel path when it's been as muddy as this has been up to now. A bit of a relief really. Right, I'm just riding alongside the reservoir here. It looks quite low actually. Yeah, I don't know whether the GoPro will pick that up. No, it's probably picking up the sky. Turn it down. Yeah, the water level's pretty low there. It's an amazing sight when that's all overflowing, that is, but you sort of have to come round in January to see that. I've just picked up the Thornhill Trail. Now this is a section I've been down numerous times, so like I say, I'm familiar with all this. It looks reasonably dry down this section as well. I think when you're deep into the woods, I think there's just no sunlight going to it. You'd think I was riding on a different day now. It's completely different down here compared with how shit it was back a few miles back. But yeah, I mean it's quite flat as well on this section that I'm on. So Like I said, I think it's more the hills in the woods and that where all the waterfalls running all over the shop. Just heading up towards Win Hill now. I've sort of hit the halfway point here actually. Right, I've been down here lots of times. I always remember it by them couple of park benches actually. Actually on quite high ground now, so hopefully it's going to be quite dry up here. Well, again, another rocky climb, but at least this one's nice and dry anyway. So a few of the earlier climbs were quite wet and slippy. I'm just at the 10-mile mark here on this ride, or thereabouts. I think they've chopped this out from when I came last looking at it. I don't know whether they plan on laying a load of stone down over the winter, but it certainly wasn't dug out like this last time I came up. Right, if I'd have done the original route of this, which like I said was 20 mile, the path to the left of me there, I don't know whether it's picking it up, is where I'd have where it would have brought me up. So like I say, it's the same route except for just a bit of a section added on there. Alright. Right, I think I'll certainly do that puddle and this anyway. That looks a bit on the deep side. Go to the left. I'm on a section now which, to be honest, I've not covered much of it. I'm only doing the last bit now because it does actually appear on another video that I've done. This is known as Potato Alley for obvious reasons. Yeah, it's to be honest, I don't think it gets much rockier than this. Right, I'm just coming to the end of Potato Alley now. I've not actually been down it when it's been as wet as this. So it's, I mean, it's not too bad now for the rocks because I've passed them all, but it's just quite wet. Right, I'm just heading towards Rowley Farm now, which is, again, it's another place I think which has been on a previous video because say I've rode this section that I'm on quite a few different routes actually. Just over 13 mile in on the route, so not much left now. Again, it's certainly nice around here, nice and dry. This poor sheep's going to run off in a minute. Right, just into the last 2.5 miles now of this ride. So it's been a decent ride, I mean. So I don't really remember it from previous. I know a lot of the routes because I've been on them, but I don't actually remember doing this exact route. Right, coming up to another shitty section, I think. Like I say, it's last few miles have been nice and dry. Another choppy downhill section, this bit. Right, I'm just into the last mile and a half now of this ride, so pretty good, to be honest. Like I say, a bit wetter than I'd normally do, but the route itself was spot on. Well, it is for me anyway. It's the type of routes I like, really. Right, I've just finished the route, which is slightly short, and like I said, it's 17 mile, 1 hour 54 riding time, 2,425 foot of elevation. So it's enjoyable route. On that note, I shall wrap this video up.